From the Joe Louis Arena in Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, this is No Forgiveness. Welcome everybody, I'm your commentator Luke Daniels along with our special guest color commentator Michael James. How you doing, Michael?
Great to be back. I'm looking forward to a great night of wrestling.
And boy, indeed, do we have a great night of wrestling. We're going to take a look at these matches from Heatwave and Superstars of today. We have Fandango versus Big E Langston, a battle of two up-and-coming young stars that have developed quite the rivalry over the last few weeks. We have Kingston versus Kofi Kingston, where the loser will be banned from ringside in the World Heavyweight title main event. We have Dolph Ziggler versus the Muscle, the Shield, Roman Reigns. The Shield have singled out Ziggler in recent weeks after defeating them. We'll see what happens. Also, we have Big Show versus The Miz. This all started when Miz wanted Big Show to be kind of his bodyguard, and Big Show said no. They've been costing each other matches. It has become a very personal rivalry. We also have a great brawl in Wade Barrett Sheamus, two international superstars that love to fight. We have CM Punk versus Batista. Batista is mad at Punk because he doesn't like the fans cheering smaller wrestlers. We'll see if Batista can get the win. The Shield, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins defend their tag team championships against the primetime players. Will PTP be able to leave with the gold? Let's see. Speaking of gold, the winner of the #1 Contenders Intercontinental Championship Tournament, Chris Jericho, goes one-on-one with the champion Antonio Cesaro. In a battle of countries, the man who said he is made in Mexico, but born in Mexico but made in America, the United States champion Alberto Del Rio will defend against JBL. And Superstars of today's main event, Edge will go one-on-one with Daniel Bryan. Bryan pinned Edge this last Friday on Superstars of today. Can he do it for the world title? And in our main event, the dominant PAWL champion Brock Lesnar goes one-on-one with perhaps his toughest test yet, John Cena, for the title. But here we go to start off. From action from Heatwave, we have Fandango versus Big E Langston. This all started 4 weeks ago on episode 1. These two were in a singles match. Big E got the win. The next week was the first round of the 4-man #1 Contenders Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Fandango cost Big E a match for that spot, so then in turn, Big E cost Fandango a match. Then on the third week, Chris Jericho's highlight reel returned. Fandango saying that he wants to prove to the world that Big E's win was not a fluke. Even trying to get something started with Jericho. Big E was able to get the upper hand when Fandango tried for a sneak attack, but he hit the big ending. But this past week, Big E got a pinfall win over Jinder Mahal of 3MB. As he was walking back to his car, Fandango sneak attacked him, beat him up, and put his head through his car window. You got to think Big E's going to be feeling the symptoms of that, maybe a possible concussion. What do you think?
I'm sure it was a pretty rough fight they had there with him, with Fandango backside and Big E.
Anyway, here comes young Big E Langston, former power lifter, former football player. Now he's trying to make his mark in pro wrestling. And you got to think physically here. Big E has the advantage, but what about the mind games Fandango's been playing with Big E?
Mind games can mean a lot, especially in sporting, so it'll be interesting to see if Big E can overcome that and beat Fandango with pure brawn.
Of course, we'll have to see. We have that Intercontinental Championship. Many people believe the stepping stone to the World Championship, and it's defended later tonight. You got to think these two men were in that 4-man tournament. The winner of this has to have strong standing and being up there for the Intercontinental Championship for a shot, possibly. Anyway, both men are in the ring. Our referee looks like he's about to get it ready. Let me get you a shot of all the fans here in the Joe Louis Arena. They're pumped up, as you can see, and we're ready to get this match underway. Fandango, maybe just a little thing, but almost dancing when we start off. Big E immediately attacking him. Big E's taking this personally. Big E, a big clothesline knocking him down. You said you picked Big E in the pre-show. Any changes?
Nope, I'm sticking with Big E.
Why do you think Big E's gonna win?
I just think that he'll come. I think he's got superior strength over Fandango, and I think that he'll use that to his advantage to win this match.
Fandango trying to attack Big E as he comes back in the ring, but that doesn't work, and Big E now going to work in the arm of Fandango. Both these men with very bright colored tights here tonight. Fandango in the blue, Big E in the red singlet. Big E with a couple kicks to Fandango, and Fandango returning with a couple right hands, but Big E now. Fandango's more finesse superstar as Big E shows his strength there. Fandango's more of a finesse superstar than a power brawling guy, so I don't know if you want to trade rights with Big E. A cover here, 2 count, kick out. Early cover by Big E trying to wear down Fandango. He knows he's not going to get the pin there, but anything to wear him down. And Fandango looking to go a little high risk here, or maybe just taunting, who knows. Big E comes in and Fandango sends him down with an elbow. Kick now. Fandango whips him into the corner. No, Big E with the reversal. Now kicking down Fandango. Now just choking him in the corner. He has a 5 count. Not the best of moves, but it sure is effective. And now just slamming Fandango down, trying to wear that hit. Of course, Big E likes to use the big ending to finish things off. Fandango likes to hit a top rope leg drop. And Fandango going high risk with a tornado DDT, planting Langston on his head. Maybe trying to work on that head, his ass to be injured from that car attack. 1 count, no kick out. Fandango's probably going to focus on that head as he did smash it through a car window. Drop kicking him outside of the ring now. And Fandango looking to go high risk. Fandango from the top rope with an elbow on the outside. See, the crowd is shocked at that. An elbow from the outside and Fandango. But no, Big E coming back. Look like it barely phased him. Fandango going to have to go high risk tonight to beat Big E, and he's not scared of doing that. It looks like referee at a 5 count, and Fandango gets back in the ring. But of course, you know, if you take enough high risk, you're going to crash and burn eventually, especially with somebody like Big E's strength. Big E now with Fandango and a belly-to-belly suplex. Both of these men, as we've said, young, hungry superstars looking to make a name on Heat Wave. Possible championship matches is what they want. And a win over here can really prove that they're here to stay. They're not just guys to be overlooked. So do you think we'll have the most successful career? You think it'll be Big E or Fandango, as they're both young, coming in about the same time?
I put my money on Big E. I think Big E's got a better opportunity than Fandango. Of course, I'm not a big Fandango fan.
Why do you not like Fandango?
I just never have. Don't know. It comes off wrong to me.
But it comes off wrong to Big E too. Now Big E looks like he's doing something, and Fandango going high risk, and he crashed and burned. Big E was taking apart our announce table, wanting to get it physical. And Fandango crashed and burned, but he's still okay. And now he's just dancing on the outside of a ring right by our announce table. Big E throwing him inside the ring now. What's Big E thinking here? Knife edge chopping a big shoulder block, knocking him down. Big E dragging him to the center of the ring. Cover now. 1. No, kick out. It's more nice edge chop getting a woo from the audience. And now Big E with a big headbutt knocking him down. Looks like Big E's not worried about his head. Now working on those arms. No, Fandango shoves him off. And a snap suplex from Fandango. Now Fandango looking to go to work on that head again. That head that was smashed through that car window. And now Fandango going high risk again. And another elbow drop connects and then goes for the cover. 1, 2, no. Fandango floats over and hits a neck breaker here. What's going to happen in this match? Fandango, that's one of his signature maneuvers. Fandango going top rope. What's he going to do here? Our crowd is watching in anticipation. Top rope and an elbow drop. Another one. And a standing leg drop.
You know, I'm really impressed with Fandango tonight. This is the best I've ever seen him in action.
Well, of course, besides that one match that he had in the first week, he's pretty much been all talk. That second match he had in the second week was interfered by Big E, so we didn't get to see if he was going to win or not. Fandango rolls him up. Hold on. One. No, a kick out by Big E. And the third and fourth weeks, Kane has not booked him in any matches, so that could be a factor as well. Fandango has not competed in 20 days, while Big E competed 6 days ago. Maybe some ring rust. And Fandango. The vertical suplex there. Not showing ring rust right now as he is dominating Big E.
He obviously came out tonight to win, so we'll see what happens.
And Fandango hitting another one of those leg drops. We'll see what will happen here. Fandango. What impact there from Fandango? Will that be all? Dragging Big E to the center of the ring. Now what's Fandango thinking? He picks him up. Running the ropes, and he tries to knock Big E down, but Big E won't go down. Now big kick by Fandango, whipping Big E into the center of the ropes. Goes under. But Big E counters with an STO. Big E now trying to build momentum back, but Fandango halts it. Fandango now hammering away. Big E was trying to build some momentum there, but Fandango is halting it, and Fandango is controlling this part of the matchup. Now with some rights. Big E blocks it, throwing a big clothesline, knocking down Fandango. Now just slamming his head up against the mat. Big E now picks him up. Fandango with a kick. Big E with some punches, but Fandango blocks it, and a drop kick no. Big E counters. Big E, you see, he's holding that head there, trying to shake out some cobwebs. Maybe the effects of a week ago with that car. And Fandango. Just choking Big E. Big E sandwiched between it, Fandango's knee and the ropes. Now what's Fandango thinking? Hammering well Big E, but Big E coming back with a chop. Hard knife edge chop from Big E. And now just dropping him down on the ropes. Big E, you see, still trying to shake the cobwebs out of his head, grabbing his head anytime he gets a chance for some separation. Big E. Big E showing his strength again, still late in the match. He can still drop Fandango down. You see Big E trying to get this crowd fired up behind him, still holding his head, trying to shake the cobwebs out. And now hammering away on Fandango. And Big E, what's he thinking here? Big E, another one of those big knockdowns. And a cover. One. No, a kick out by Fandango. Fandango now going with a snap suplex. Picking up Big E. And now Fandango rolling him up again. 1, 2. He got him. Fandango got him on a roll-up. Fandango wins.
Amazing.
It looked like Big E was dominating, or starting to dominate. He hit one of those big shoulder tackles. But then Fandango was able to catch him with a snap suplex. And then he was able to roll him up. So not really dominating Big E enough, beating him down enough where he can get a solid 3 count, more just a surprise roll-up. You got to think Big E's head was hurting. We saw him. When he would get free, he would hold his head and try to shake some cobwebs out. But as you see, he hit that big shoulder tackle. But this roll-up here cost Big E. And the Joe is Fandangoing after his win.
Your winner via pinfall.
You see Big E still trying to hold in his head. You got to think this might not be over, though. It was just a roll-up victory, not like a solid, defining victory. So Fandango gets the victory on our opening match, so he can now tally Big E 1-1. So anyway, our first match, Fandango rolls him up and becomes victorious. But our next match is sure to be great, with major implications coming later tonight. It is going to be Christian versus Kofi Kingston. And the winner of this match gets to accompany their friend to ringside. The loser, however, is banned. This all started when when Christian keeps accompanying Edge to the ring. And he was helping Edge win matches. As you saw the first week, episode 2, we had our first week of Superstars. Today, Daniel Bryan had Edge beat for the World Heavyweight Championship, but Christian was interfering, and Christian caused Edge to help win. So, Kofi Kingston came out, he said, hey, I want to help my friend. Daniel Bryan's my friend. I want to help him win the world title. Shawn Michaels came out the third week and admittedly said, as I was mentioning in commentary, this whole thing gets overblown about accompanying friends and things like that. So he put it out there. He said, Edge, you will defend your title against Daniel Bryan at No Forgiveness. And Christian, you will go one-on-one with Kofi Kingston. The loser is banned from ringside. And so, we'll see. This match, it's not just a rivalry match. This has big implications. As you see, Christian, of course, he lost last week in tag team action. He reteamed with the world champ Edge, his friend, to take on Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan, where Daniel Bryan rolled up Edge. Christian was dominating Daniel Bryan. Edge was saying, tag me in it. Christian, tag me in. Christian tagged him in, and Daniel Bryan rolled him up. In the pre-show, my partner, Michael James, picked Christian, and I picked Kofi Kingston. He's having some technical difficulties. We'll try to get him back as soon as possible. Moving away to Kofi Kingston and Christian. We're about to get ready underway. Here's the crowd at Joe Louis. They're ready for this match as the referee rings the bell. These two men lock up in the center of the ring. Kofi Kingston front face lock. And an elbow to the side of the head. Kingston now with an Irish whip out. Christian outside the ring. Christian, though, with a forearm comes back. And now rolls inside the ring almost like a snake-like and hits it back. Michael James is having some technical difficulties. We'll see if we can get him back. Anyway, Christian now in the early stages of this match. Trying to get Kofi Kingston here. And now an Irish whip and Christian goes underneath. And it's a flapjack on Kingston. Are you back?
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to take a quick break.
So we were talking, before you had your little technical difficulties, we were talking about how you picked Christian and I picked Kofi Kingston. Why did you pick Christian? Why do you think he's going to win?
I don't know. I feel like he's probably more in a position to win this match than Kofi Kingston.
I don't know. We'll see. Christian certainly is the veteran. Anyway, Kofi Kingston whipping Christian into the ropes. And Kingston with a monkey flip there, showing some of his athletic ability. Kofi Kingston with an Irish whip and now jumping on Christian and hammering him in the corner. Using the ropes to do a flip and then a big uppercut, taking a page out of Antonio Cesaro's playbook, but Christian shoving him back. And Christian crashes and burns there, using the turnbuckle to springboard off. But he crashes and burns, and now Kingston's in control of this matchup. Kingston picks up Christian, telling him to bring it on, and Christian does with a right hand. But Kingston with some rights and lefts. And a drop kick, no, Christian counters. Christian with some punches to the side of the face. Christian with an elbow. Oh, and a slap to the face. And another slap to the face. Christian slapping Kingston in the face, and that seems to fire him up. And then the third slap to the face. Slapping him in the face, showing him disrespect. And now Kingston, though. But Christian rolls him up. Hold on. 1, 2. No, Kingston. No, now Kingston rolls Christian up. 1, 2. No, Christian bridges out, showing some strength. And now a backslide. 1. And Kingston's able to squirm out of it at 1. Kingston with the block. Kofi Kingston now. No, Christian. Both of these men are known for flying a little bit high. Christian isn't as much a high flyer, but Kingston is more of a high flyer. But look at that move by Christian, and now Christian dominated. Showing some high risk. Looking like Fandango from last match. And Christian, vertical, no, just slamming him down on the outside. That's got to hurt, and now Christian is in control of this matchup. High risk pays off for Christian. Christian now picking Kingston up and throwing him inside the ring. Now what's Christian thinking? Whips Kofi into the turnbuckle. Christian's on Kofi. And Christian with that pendulum kick. He's known for that pendulum kick, and now spinning heel kick. And Christian is in control of this matchup. Christian looks like he's going to be going top rope here. Now just waiting. And Kingston, I think he caught him with a version of the Trouble in Paradise, but he didn't get it as much. But we'll see here. Will Kofi win? 1, 2, no. Christian kicks out. Looked like he caught him with a trouble of that a version of that Trouble in Paradise, and now Kingston trying to come back. Christian picks him up, and Christian, Christian kill switch engaged. Christian hits the kill switch on Kingston. Christian with the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Christian wins. So that means that Kofi Kingston is banned from ringside during the World Heavyweight Championship match. So Daniel Bryan is at a disadvantage. Christian can accompany Edge to the ring, but Kofi Kingston cannot. After all the momentum that Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston had been building coming into this Click review, I assume that it was Kofi Kingston. The experience of Christian in the singles matches pays off.
That could be serious implications for tonight's match.
And you got to be thinking, Edge has got to be back there smiling. His buddy came through. Christian caught him with a version of that, Kofi Kingston caught him with a version of his finisher Trouble in Paradise as he was coming off the top rope, but it didn't look like he hit it right. And so Christian was able to hit the kill switch kind of out of nowhere and get the win. So I'm 0-2 and you're 1-1 tonight. So Christian picks up the victory. Pretty entertaining match, kind of short but action-filled. And let's go to our broadcast colleague Michael Cole, who's standing by with Dolph Ziggler. Onwards there from Dolph Ziggler, but up next, we have Dolph Ziggler taking on the muscle of the Shield, Roman Reigns. This all started 4 weeks ago when Dolph Ziggler teamed with the #1 contenders for the tag team titles, the Primetime Players, to defeat the Shield in 6-team action. And ever since then, it almost seems like Dolph Ziggler's been cursed. The Shield are trying to punish him, as the Shield have been going back and forth with Ziggler, attacking Ziggler. Ziggler's been helping the Primetime Players fight the Shield. Of course, 2 weeks ago, the Primetime Players and Dolph Ziggler almost kind of pretty much outsmarted the Shield when they were able to, with Dolph Ziggler and Titus O'Neil were able to trick the Shield and beat up Dean Ambrose backstage 2-on-1 by not sending a man out to help even the odds in a singles match. But last week, as we saw this man, Roman Reigns, he was facing Titus O'Neil. Dean Ambrose came in the ring along with Darren Young, and they started to fight. Reigns speared Titus O'Neil and then turned right back around and speared Darren Young. A big statement. Roman Reigns showing just how powerful he is. But this man, Dolph Ziggler, beat up Seth Rollins backstage as we were doing that. So these might be the two best players from each of their respective sides. Of course, Dolph Ziggler, a former world champion, a former intercontinental champion, a former tag team champion, a former United States champion, and a big fan favorite here, going up against the Muscle, Roman Reigns. We both picked Roman Reigns in the pre-show. I don't know about you, but I think it was really for me because of those two spears, showing how explosive and how he can hit that spear out of nowhere, just decimating Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. Dolph will have to use his quickness, his wrestling ability to beat Roman Reigns. Of course, he has the most wins in the history of amateur wrestling at Penn State University. So Dolph Ziggler is no doubt a great amateur wrestler. Roman Reigns a great football player, played college football for Georgia Tech. And Roman Reigns immediately going after him with a belly-to-belly suplex. Of course, Ziggler has the speed, the agility, and the experience advantage. Reigns has just the power advantage, and maybe even the explosiveness advantage. Not only fast, but agile, kind of like Big E. And of course, we saw Big E lose earlier on in the night to a smaller opponent. So we'll see what can happen. So now Ziggler going with some big rights. Reigns now Irish whipping him, and Ziggler hitting a leg drop bulldog right there. This is expected to be a great match, folks, between two young great superstars. Reigns now back suplex and kind of cheering for himself almost. Ziggler, though, with a single leg, taking down Reigns, using some of that wrestling ability. Ziggler, no, Reigns counters that and hits a belly-to-belly. Reigns now with a waist lock. No, Ziggler counters with a nice move there. Now Ziggler running the ropes.
Ziggler's looking awfully athletic tonight.
Big Samoan drop there. Reigns showing his athleticism with a drop kick. Reigns now controlling the arm. And a big headbutt, of course, Roman Reigns, related to The Rock, related to Rikishi, related to the Usos, part of that great Anoa'i Samoan wrestling heritage. Yep.
Long lineage of great wrestlers in his family.
His cousin is The Rock, in fact. Great cousin to have. We'll see if he becomes as successful as The Rock. Of course, many people think Roman Reigns will be the breakout star of the Shield, winning the most titles and things like that.
I would agree. How about you?
Yeah. Well, if this was a certain company with 2 W's and 1 E, maybe. But we'll see how it comes here.
This is a P, a W, and an L.
Yeah. Ziggler. And see, that's a great move there by Ziggler. Not only is he showing off, as you see, it looks like he did it twice, actually. Not only is he showing off by doing like a handstand, but when he goes up like that, he's putting all of his weight on Roman Reigns. And a nice move by Ziggler there, a jawbreaker.
You know that.
Yep. Ziggler with a drop kick. Ziggler going top rope, high risk. But no, Roman Reigns catches him and throws him down. Ziggler going high risk, and he crashed and burned. Reigns now controlling the arm. And another big headbutt. Reigns now just slamming Ziggler's face into the mat.
He sure came out ready tonight to wrestle, don't you agree?
Yep. Looks like he's trying to work out something in his arm, though. He keeps rotating it. We'll see if there's anything wrong. Showing some athleticism. Roman Reigns is surprisingly really athletic. Kind of the quiet member of the Shield, but maybe the best wrestler out of all of them, the most entertaining to watch. Now just beating down Ziggler like this is almost a street fight. And Reigns is in control. But no, Ziggler. Drop kick, getting some separation. That's what he needs. Ziggler. No, Reigns blocks it. Roman Reigns. Taking a little technical here with a vertical suplex. Holding him in the air just a little bit longer than a normal suplex to showcase his strength. Now Reigns dropping an elbow down. Ziggler now throwing Reigns. Reigns just barely able to hold on, and Ziggler kicks him off. And Ziggler looking to go high risk. Ziggler with a crossbody
He
on
hits it.
Reigns.
He hits it.
He crashed and burned earlier, but this time he hits it. Both of these men fighting, scratching, and clawing every day to be one of those 4 people on the apron. Ziggler wants to be one of those guys that are on our apron, like Daniel Bryan and Edge, Cena and Lesnar. That's what they dream to be the world champion. Whether it's in Superstars of Today or Heatwave, these men want to be in Edge's shoes. That's why they fight night in and night out. Goes for the cover now. No, Reigns kicks out. It's going to take a lot to put down this Roman Reigns, but Dolph Ziggler might be the one to do it. Taking it again to the outside. Reigns, though, with a big move there.
We got a lady down front that's real happy.
Yeah, she must be a Roman Reigns fan. Roman Reigns continued to be outside of the ring, almost daring Ziggler to come out, but Ziggler saying, come in. Ziggler trying to hit a move here, but Reigns counters, throwing Ziggler up in the air before hitting that Samoan drop. That is strong. That is scary strong. Now trying to trade fists, and Reigns wins that, no doubt. Reigns now hitting down Ziggler. Reigns with a Superman punch. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, no. Superman punch by Roman Reigns. Ziggler trying to come back, but Reigns slams him down. Looks like this, he just hit a Superman punch. This might soon be over. Throwing him outside of the ring now. Landing right in front of us. What's Roman Reigns thinking? Reigns putting him in the barricade. He's not going to spear him through the barricade, is he? I hope not. We'll have to go to Home Depot.
You know, Roman Reigns' style is a lot like mine was back in the day when I used to wrestle.
Anyway, look at Roman Reigns here. What's he thinking? No, I hope it's not. And a big boot right on the head. Let's get a replay of that. Look at that. I'm surprised I didn't bash Ziggler's face in. Look at this. Boom.
They used to call that a Michael James special.
Putting Ziggler's head in between the pole and hitting it down. And Roman Reigns might get a count-out victory here. 7. Ziggler up. It still looks a little bit disoriented. Still kind of just walking around here trying to shake it off. Yeah, he's grabbing the steel steps. He's got to be mad. 8 count though. Ziggler, you need to get back in the ring. 9 count, and he gets back in.
I think he was trying to take a little break, waste a little time. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe trying to get his thoughts together after he bashed his face in.
Yeah, maybe.
And a big splash by Ziggler.
But it looks like he came back strong.
Yeah. Ziggler now. One of those signature back suplexes and a kip up. Looking like he hasn't lost a step in Ziggler. One of his signature moves, hitting a bunch of elbows in a row. And Ziggler suddenly shifts the momentum. Cover now. 1. No, kick out. Ziggler now with a front face lock. Reigns in a big kick, knocking Ziggler down. And suddenly momentum shifts. Just kind of stare down right now. A great match going on between 2 young superstars. Reigns now, vertical suplex.
What a move.
Ziggler now shoving him off. What's he thinking here? Ziggler, zigzag! A zigzag butt off Ziggler. Dragging him to the center of the ring now. 1, 2. No, Reigns kicked out of the zigzag. Reigns kicked out of the zigzag.